They've never made a fucking Final Four. I can't even fucking stand Tennessee. We didn't even talk about Tennessee. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. It's like dangling candy in front of a fucking baby. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Bengal and Goliath, a show in which we cover the Bengals and the Giants and sports topics around the league. Obviously, got a bit of an appearance change this week. I will be going into detail very soon for those who may have missed it. But, yep, I'm ready to kickstart it. You ready to go?
Ready to go, ready to get started. Week 8.
Week 8. All right, let's do it.
With the fifth pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select
Welcome back to the jungle in the meadow. Man, what the fuck?
What's going on right here, buddy? What's going on?
Well, for those who missed it last week, I said that if the Bengals lost, I would do this. They lost. Fuck, man, there's so much I can say. There's so much I can say. And so much I don't want to say, you know?
Yeah,
Pissed.
fair.
I'm pissed.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess I'll go into it. Okay, I want to start with Zach Taylor. Just the fact that he's not taking accountability. That's really good. That's really frustrating me. Jamar Chase, he had the post-game press conference, and they literally asked him, like, what needs to be changed on defense, and, like, as a team captain, like, what can you say to help, like, fix a team? And Jamar was like, I don't know, ask Zach. Like, what do you, like, that, ask Zach. And then in the post-game presser for Zach, he said it was like a wake-up call, and somebody needs to take accountability or something. Look in the fucking mirror. You know?
I saw a clip of him in some sort of interview. I don't know if it was post game or if it was maybe today, like a morning interview today. But he said that he felt like this win was like a humbling experience. And it's like, how is losing to the worst team in the NFL humbling? It should be embarrassing. You should feel embarrassed. You should feel scared for your job. You shouldn't feel like you just got humbled. Being humbled is what the Giants did to the Eagles 2 weeks ago. That's a humbling experience to the Eagles. Mm-hmm. What happened this weekend was embarrassing for everyone associated with the Bengals organization.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah, it's embarrassing for the Jets to be out, to have to start the quarterback they benched, to be out their starting receiver, and to be out their starting corner. They're out their number one receiver and their number two receiver. To be out all of those guys and to come into Cincinnati and to beat Cincinnati is a fucking slap in the face. And it's I remember watching the game and thinking about talking and posting and thinking, I know the defense looks like shit, but I'm excited we're winning. I'm excited that we're going to get a win, and I'm going to be excited for the videos. And then it was like, bang, hair. And it's like, what the fuck happened?
I mean, yeah, you let the Jets have 255 rush yards as a team. I'm pretty sure that's third most as a team this year.
So here's what really bothers me with the defense. Here's what really bothers me. I can't even tell if Al Golden is a good defensive coordinator because our defensive guys absolutely suck. Like, yeah. Outside of Trey Hendrickson, I think they said our defensive, like, pass rush win rate was like 1.3% or something. And then you look at all the missed tackles and everything. I remember last year, or 2 years ago, it was last year, Lou Anarumo got fired. And I was pissed because I loved Lou. After we lost the Super Bowl, Lou was getting head coaching job offers, like looks. He was interviewing for head coaching jobs because he was a damn good defensive coordinator. And they fired him, and I knew it was a scapegoat. They chose Lou as a scapegoat for the defensive problems, knowing damn well it was not Lou Anarumo's fault. And I remember Bengals fans posting and being like, let's go, Lou Anarumo's gone. And I'm like, you do not watch the games if you think Lou Anarumo was the problem. So I fucking hate that Lou Anarumo got fired for the owner's mistakes, for the draft mistakes. The defense still looks as poor as it did, and he's in Indianapolis, and they're 7-1. I fucking hate it.
Yeah, I feel bad for you. Like, I thought I had the two worst losses of the year that either of our teams could have, which was the collapse of the Broncos and then getting kind of handled by the Saints. This one tops it. This one was a bad loss, and it's not even that, like, the Jets came in and beat you. Like, the Jets scored 23 in the fourth quarter. A team that was getting outplayed, probably still is getting outplayed by a singular player in Jonathan Taylor, came in and just embarrassed you guys. I really don't have much to say. It was embarrassing.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. There were two plays where I believe Zach Taylor quit. His play calling, he has quitter mentality all the time, and there were two plays that I thought he
100%.
quit. First was the drive to open the game. Bengals were driving the fuck out of the ball. They looked good as hell in that first drive. Like, moving, crisp, quick passes, like, oh man, the offense was looking great. I was like, awesome, this is going to be great. Chase Brown looked good. And then 2nd and 10 in the red zone, and they hand the ball off to P. Ryan. And I was like, what? Because the passing offense looked incredible. Like, I don't even know if Flacco had an incompletion on the first drive. Maybe he did. And then Chase Brown looked incredible. So I'm like, okay, so either you pass the ball again or you hand the ball to Chase Brown. But no, let's bring in our RB2 and let's hand him the ball. Needless to say, it was a no gain. We threw it on 3rd down, didn't get a first or a touchdown, and then we had to kick a field goal. That was a quitter play. I truly believe that was a quit play. And let me say, Samaje Perine did look incredible today. He looked incredible on Sunday. So I'm not going to fault Samaje Perine. He played incredible. I'm just faulting Zach Taylor. And then the final drive, with 42 seconds left, on your own 45, down by 1, 2nd and 10 again, they hand the ball off to Perine. It's like what I wish I could play a sound that what I think plays in Zach Taylor's brain when he's play calling, because some of his play calls make no fucking sense, and I'm genuinely curious where he learned them, because I think you could probably throw a college student out there and he would know not to run the ball on 2nd and 10 from your own fucking 45 with 42 seconds left. It's so fucking annoying.
Yeah, Zach Taylor he has made me almost appreciate my coaching staff, which is wild to say. But the more I learn about Zach Taylor and the more I have to watch the Bengals, the more I have to take a step back and realize that I might not have the worst coaches and coordinators in the league, because I think they reside at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati.
Yeah. I've got a bunch more I still want to say. The
right
Bengals are 1-3 in the past 2 seasons when scoring 38 points. The rest of the NFL, 86, 6, and 2. The Bengals defense, they rank 32nd in rushing yards allowed per game, 31st in pass yards allowed per game, 29th in sack rate, 31st in third down defense, 32nd in points a game, 31st in yards per play. Like, they, from top to bottom, the worst defense in the league, and I would say it's not close. The Cowboys defense is hilarious too, but it is unfathomable how bad this defense is, and genuinely it is so hard to watch them play every single week and give up. I think they've given up 27 points in 7 straight games, something like that. It's I don't get pissed very often, like, in terms of just not looking at the positives of something, but it's been extremely hard to look at any positives outside of probably DJ Turner on this fucking defense.
Yeah, I think I think that stat I'll give a little bit of grace just because two of those are probably losses to the Ravens, correct?
Last year, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
so two of those losses are to the Ravens. So that's not like terrible. The Ravens are a good team. Um, that stat is eye opening though to see how poor you guys are, even when your offense gives you everything they can.
Huh. Um, I also like. I just want to bring it up again. The fact that like when Jake Browning was warming up on the sidelines when Flacco got hurt and like the whole city went into panic mode. It's hilarious that like Bengals fans went into panic mode now that Browning was warming up and not when Joe Burrow went down. I was panicking when Joe Burrow went down because I knew what Jake Browning was, and apparently no one else did. I mean, some people did, but like it was crazy that people. I couldn't believe people backed Jake Browning to be the starter for the remainder of the season. I said they needed to trade for somebody the day Joe Burrow went down. Jake Browning, I can't even begin to fathom that he was handed the keys earlier this year.
Yeah, I think I think it's crazy that you guys had before this year had like a solid backup to most people, like what people thought was like one of the better backups in the league probably, and then he gets handed the keys. And when most backups get handed the keys, you don't expect a lot from them, but somehow Jake Browning was able to like fall way short of just what was expected of him. I
Uh-huh.
mean, he was pitiful. So the fact that you guys even won that Jags game with him was pretty impressive.
I know. Um, I want to talk about this for a second, but I want to shout out, pardon my take, if anybody from Barstool is listening, I don't know how, but that would be fucking awesome. Um, they talk about this on their podcast, and I just want to mention it. I think Woody Johnson probably lit a fire under his players' asses because he's such a like such a piece of shit in terms of what he says in his press conferences and stuff.
Yeah.
Like what he said about Justin Fields and everything, like where he like publicly outed his quarterback and the decision to make him the Jets quarterback. I'm sure the Jets team united as a team because they felt they were upset at their owner for making comments like that. Like I think Justin Fields literally said that he cried in a closet for hours after or for, after being benched after everything that was going on. So just the fact that that entire situation happened, he had to start and won. It's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing what he does to his organization. Like as an owner, as someone who leads the team, as someone who has power over the team, you're supposed to be someone that you can look up to, someone who makes decisions on the betterment of the team, someone who even when people are like down, you still have a positive mindset on the team because it's your team, you run it, and to put a player down like that where he gets so vulnerable that he has to announce that he feels like he needs to talk about how he had to cry in a closet just
Yeah.
because he had to start for his team that like it's supposed to be his team, his family. It's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, it's so annoying. And then I've covered pretty much everything. I just want to mention, I don't think you watched the game, but just want to bring up again, from what I said, in the video I recently posted, Cam Taylor-Britt had 2 illegal contact penalties again. And I'm just like, and he throws his hands up wondering what he did, and they show replay, and he literally just grabs the dude way early and spins him, and I'm like, dude, I, I want him to be good so bad. I want Cam Taylor. I want our defensive players to be good so bad. I don't want to have to sit here and like publicly bash our defensive players. I genuinely wish the best for them, but you can't keep playing somebody that's not going to improve. You can't. And he had one good. I hope they gave him a pass breakup for it. He had a good pass breakup in the end zone to save a touchdown. But other than that, just Cam Taylor-Britt's been a disaster for the past 2 years, and I hope they can get that straightened out. But so has the entire team because they can't tackle, and there's so many videos of the Bengals missing tackles, and the one guy who does like the honorable mentions, he posted that of the Bengals and the Bengals and the Bengals and the Bengals of all the worst teams that couldn't tackle. It's just so embarrassing, and I love Demetrius Knight, but he got absolutely shook out of his shoes trying to tackle Breece Hall, and man, I'm ready to be done talking about the Bengals. We can go ahead and move on. We play the Bears next week. I'm pretty sure we play the Bears next week.
Yes.
If Caleb Williams doesn't light up this needs to be Caleb Williams come out game, and if Caleb Williams doesn't come out against the Bengals, the Bears should be a little bit worried.
Badgett meter?
Possibly the Badgett meter. But man, I'm still so pissed about the loss. This is my first time talking about everything because I had to take a 24-hour silence vow, and I just
You got beat up.
I'm ready to be done. Let's fucking move on.
Yeah, that game beat you up pretty bad. I'll talk about my Giants next. Our rematch against Philly, the first teams in division to play each other twice. So we got our series out the way, and we split it, which is something I didn't think we'd do going into the year. So that's a positive just to think about that we split it. It was a tough loss. Losing Scatabo, I felt like I lost an identity. I felt like I lost a son. I loved him and everything he brought to the team, and to see him go down and not only go down, he goes down, his knee is facing forward, his foot is facing his rear end, and yet he still asks for help up. Like, to put into words how that makes you feel as a fan, like that just it's so hard to watch. I don't know if he's my favorite player, but he's one of my favorites to watch right now. And to see him hurt in the way that he did with all of our teammates, like hurting from that loss, it felt like we lost the game right there. Like whatever chance we had in that game, I felt like we lost it right there. And then on top of that, I think it was probably like 2 to 3 drives later, losing Cordell Flott. That felt like just like the nail in the coffin. Like we were already down so bad, and then Cordell Flott gets punched in the head with someone trying to bat a ball, and it's just like, what kind of luck do we have? I hate, right now is probably the worst time to be a Giants fan. There's been harder, but like Malik Neighbors being out for the year, Scatabo being out for the year. Malik Neighbors actually just had surgery today because the swelling was so bad. So who knows if he's even going to be ready for the season next year.
I think he should be.
He should be, but like
yeah.
He's basically getting a whole new knee, and they took 3 fucking months to get it done. Like, I don't want to be a Giants fan right now. It's so hard because not only are we losing games, but we're losing our best players. Like we lost.
Are we ever going to have a day where both of us are just up?
No, but we will have multiple where we're both down. We will have many where we're both down. To look at a positive, I still thought Dart looked really good. I know a lot of people were more displeased with his performance after Scatabo went out. But anytime you take someone's best running back and probably our best weapon on offense besides Dart, you take him out of the game right in the middle of it. There's no game plan for it. Your quarterback's not going to look perfect. The defense is going to send more pressure. They're going to make you throw the ball more. It's just not going to look as good. So I was still pleased with how he looked. It wasn't his best game by any means, but I thought he looked A-okay for being, I think, 5th game now. This is his fifth or fourth game under his belt.
I think Dart has looked more promising than a lot of rookie quarterbacks when they come in. They, like Dart's, like you got some guys that come in right after they get drafted, and you immediately are like starting to question, like, oh shit, like, is this going to be a problem? And I don't think Dart's had a game where you're like, oh shit, could this be a problem? Maybe the Saints game, but
maybe. To go back to the bad, Shane Bowen, I want him. I can't stress it enough. He's terrible. He is so bad. Saquon hadn't been relevant this year. And we just let him look like, last year's Saquon. I mean, no one had let him look even mediocre this year. He's been terrible. In this game, he looked great. To put into perspective how bad Shane Bowen is at his job, the Giants are the 5th most efficient tackling team in the league. We have the 5th least amount of broken tackles, allowed. And we give up the 28th most rush yards per game. if that doesn't scream coaching problem, game plan problem,
No, yeah, for sure.
system
No,
problem.
I think you're hitting the nail on the head right now.
I don't know what else it could be, because if we were like a bad tackling team, I'd be like, all right, what else is he going to do? He's putting the guys in the right position. We just can't tackle them. We are the fifth best team at tackling, and we give up. We're bottom 4 in rush yards per game. That is just mind-boggling to me. That we have a coordinator that is so poor, and it's evident in stats. It's not like a feeling thing. It's not a gut thing. Statistically, statistically, we are the worst one of the worst rushing defensive teams, and it's purely because of coaching. And he still has a job, and we still act like he's not on the hot seat. We put all this money into our D-line. We put all this money into our defense. We go get Javon Holland. We go get Paulson Adebo. We go get Bobby Okereke a couple years ago. We go get Brian Burns a couple years ago. We extend Dexter Lawrence. We draft Abdul Carter. We draft Kayvon Thibodeau. We draft Deontay Banks, who was a bust. We draft Tyler. We draft and draft and draft, and we sign and sign and sign. We just pour into defense, and yet our offense is what's carrying us. Our offense, is the only thing that's been giving us chances. Like, our offense gave us a chance in the Broncos game. Defense sold it. Our offense gave us a chance in the the Cowboys game, and the defense sold us.
Yeah.
Like, I can't stress it enough. He needs to be fired. I don't know what else you need to see. I don't know what else you need to hear. He is terrible.
I know. I totally hear you. My coaching problems is right up my alley right now.
Yeah, we're
So
both.
I feel you. I didn't watch much of the game, so I was just locked into the Bengals game because this was on the
Fair.
line, and
Fair.
I just, the scat injury just sucks. He's just a fan favorite, and the fact he wanted like help up is just like, ugh. And then Saquon ran the fuck out of the ball, and that
He did.
that was gonna happen. It just sucks that happened against you.
He did indeed. I want to touch on the refs just a little bit. PSA, I'm not saying that we would have won the game with different refs, but
For sure.
Jalen Hurts, QB sneak, their patented play, he rolls off to the right side like he always does. He'll like push, and then he'll try to get a little extra yards, fall off to the side when everyone's pinching in the middle. Kayvon Thibodeau, great job, great awareness. He sticks the ball out as he's falling forward. No whistle yet. Kayvon comes up, beep, just snatches it right from him. There's no whistle, no nothing. Kayvon gets it, hits the ground, obviously a fumble. Whistles, plays dead. Giants ball, right? No. It was the Eagles ball. Even though forward progression wasn't called on the field, somehow, some way, it was still forward progression.
Yeah.
Don't understand that one. And that one was 7 points that we would have given up. So that's 7 points away from the Eagles, or 7 points towards the Giants, however you want to look at it. And then the offensive PI on Darius Slayton for a 62-yard touchdown was pitiful. I mean, I want to say it was Quinyon Mitchell. I think that's who it was in defensive coverage against him. Like, holding his wrist. Like, there's a little hand fighting. That's not PI. That's never gets called, defensive or offensive. And I don't think Quinyon Mitchell should have got called for defensive PI. But right before Slayton kind of gets his burst away, Quinyon Mitchell had both his hands on Darius Slayton's left hand. Darius Slayton's trying to reach out with his right. He rips it away. And because Quinyon Mitchell was so worried about his hand and holding onto his hand, he loses a step on him. I don't know how they saw that as a push-off, but somehow it's just separation. They called a push-off, negates another 7 points. So that's 14 points that you would add to the Giants' score, add to the margin.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you gotta. It's not like you can just like act like that didn't change the game. It does change the game, but with any game where calls should have gone the other way, like say the Giants get the ball after the fumble, like what should have been a fumble, Kayvon, and score a touchdown. That changes the urgency of the Eagles. The Eagles start playing differently. The game is just going to be different.
100%, and that was early in the game. We still had scat. Everything was healthy. We were trying to get our feet under us. We got off to it was 7-0. Eagles were driving again.
Did you mean to say that?
What?
We still had scat, still had our feet on, trying to get our feet under us. Was that a thing you tried to do, or?
No, no, no. But we did. We were fine at that point in the game. They had just got off to a hot start, and like that would have been a big play. That would have been 7-0 Giants ball. It would have been like we stopped them. Like it got made a punt and just got punted in deep territory. Offensive PI sucks. There was a DPI on a 3rd and long when I think it was still like in reach. It was only like maybe like 10, 12 point game. There was a DPI on like a 3rd and 12 that we got called for, and I mean the dude just he breathed on him the wrong way, and the refs called it. So there was just a few calls that I felt like it was more than normal, it was more than usual, it was something that probably was more of an issue than I would usually like to think. But we lost this game. I'm not saying the Eagles don't deserve this win. I just feel like there was some pretty poor officiating in this game.
Yeah. Do you when you think of like worst NFL no call of all time, what do you think of?
It's the Rams Saints no call.
Okay. Yeah, of course. I was just making sure you thought the same.
100%. I don't think anyone, unless you're like a fan of a team that's like, there's like a really bad one for a specific team. I feel like in general, it's just going to be that one. That one was terrible. That was a terrible call.
I mean, I don't know what they were. Yeah, it's wild, but yeah.
It was so bad. Kafka, I think he's struggling, and I understand it. He doesn't have a lot of weapons, especially in that second half. You know, we lost Scat, which he was using a lot, but if you're an offensive coordinator in the NFL, you are one of 32 people at your position in the league. It's one of the most exclusive positions as a job in the world, one of the most exclusive positions. You shouldn't need good talent to be good at your job. So I give him a little bit of grace here and there, but he still has to do more, give us more, because Dart needs more. He's everything now. We had a little bit with Scat. Dart's everything on offense now. You have to put him in positions to succeed, especially with him being young.
Yeah, I agree to an extent. I think like having the players you need is definitely needed, but I don't necessarily think the Giants are like in a position where like, I mean, their wide receivers aren't great, but like you have Wan'Dale and you have Slayton, and you know Theo Johnson's been good, and like Tyron Tracy's serviceable. So it's like they don't have very good weapons, but they have stuff that could work. And so yeah, I agree. He probably needs to step up.
Yeah, but never really felt like there was a whole lot of chance in this game. Did have hope because the Giants, that's one thing they've done. They've given me every game this year I've at least had hope going into it, just because we have been playing better. Besides week 3, when we decided to start Russ again, that game I did not think we were going to win against the Chiefs. But every other game, I've had hope going into it. So I just felt like once Scat got hurt, once Flock got hurt, it was just, everything was just sucked out.
Yeah.
Got the Niners next week. I do feel better-ish, just because right now they're so banged up. Their wide receivers are not great right now, and our secondary sucks. So at least like they're bad at skill position, but we're bad at so that helps. McCaffrey could go for like 300 plus on us, just total scrimmage yards. If Shane Bowen doesn't figure out how to stack a box or figure out how to put our players in positions to tackle better.
It's low-key nuts that the Giants have what they have on defensive line and can't stack a box.
It's unreal. I get Micah McFadden got hurt week 1, and that was a tough blow because he's a very good it's just like a run-stuffing linebacker. He's very good at making sure the run didn't happen. Pairing him with Bobby Okereke, who's one of the best tacklers in the league, made for a good combo once they got past that big D line, but I don't know. But next week we got to figure out how to get Tracy in the offense, because obviously our offense is potent-ish without Scat or with Scat. So if Tracy can figure out how to just be like 80% of what he was giving us, I think that'll at least give us a chance. But I don't know. Without Scatterbo the rest of the year, without Neighbors, I'm starting to fall into the hole that you're in, where I'm just already ready for next year.
Yeah, it just stinks. And a lot of sadness in the pod today after the Bengals and Giants' performance, but
for sure.
Well, I guess it happens.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Hello?
Dude, the Cowboys still suck.
What's up, guys? Back with Around the League. And right now, we're going to go talk about some of the bigger things that happened over all the games this week. Had a lot of buys this week, so not as much games, not as many people to talk about, but we'll get around and we'll talk about the games. Did you have anyone to add, or do you want me to start it off?
No, you can start it off. I was just gonna say this week kind of sucked. The only game that was close was the Bengals and Jets game. Everything else wasn't close. Close enough.
The first thing I was actually going to talk about was a game that was an absolute blowout. The Chargers-Vikings. The Chargers outgained the Vikings 419 to 164, which is just insane to think about. Like, Minnesota only had 34 rush yards the entire game. Might be one of the worst offensive performances of the year.
Yeah, it was yucky. I wanted to talk a lot of shit about Carson Wentz, but I just found out that he played through that shoulder injury that whole game.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna spare him. But yeah, Jordan Mason, 3 rush yards.
Yeah, that was. I really just wanted. I saw that yardage difference, and I was just like, "Oh my goodness!" Because a lot of times, you'll have games that are lopsided score wise, but yardage, it's never 300 yards of difference. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of crazy.
Yeah,
to me.
Yeah, I know, yucky. Yeah, Patriots continue to win. Good for them. Drake May still looks good. Got Travion Henderson going a little bit. Myles Garrett, 5 sacks.
I'm sorry, Myles Garrett. I take back what I said about Brian Burns. He's still second, but Myles Garrett's your DPOY right now.
He's a freak. The only comment that I have about Myles Garrett is I think it is kind of funny to see him kind of throwing temper tantrums on the sideline, yes, you have a right to be pissed. You're on the team, you want to win, your teammates suck. I understand. But also, you chose the money over going somewhere else. You stated you wanted out. The Browns were like, hold on, why don't you stay? We'll hand you a bag. And you were like, okay, I'll stay. Mm-hmm. So you knew what you were signing into. You knew what you were coming into. But I understand the competitive action and wanting to win. That's normal.
For sure. I mean, he's unbelievable. This game had two players who are just playing unbelievable right now, and that was Myles Garrett and Drake May. So while this game wasn't fun to watch, it was cool to watch Drake May continue to be great against the defense that has caused problems for some other teams this year. And Myles Garrett, who is playing like he deserves the bag and a good team.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
What else? What's the next we should talk about?
Are we going to have to give Tua his flowers? I mean, he kind of played good against a defense that this year has been solid. And he was 20 for 26, 200 pass yards and 4 touchdowns. If his name wasn't Tua Tagovailoa, we wouldn't be
questioning whether or not to give him credit.
Yeah, we'd be like, oh my gosh, great game. So
yeah,
we kind of have to.
Yeah, I know you do, and it's impressive to see him come into the game with that, sickness or whatever that, made his eyes, swollen, and he had to wear that visor and whatnot. So the fact he came in and he's a guy that throws straight to linebackers and he came in and just diced up the Falcons defense. I think yes, we'll give Tua his flowers. I do think his receivers made some plays, so I don't want to jump to any conclusions or anything. He bought himself another week, sure, but
no Quinn Ewers yet?
No, not yet. But I do think the main takeaway is that the Falcons need to probably be relegated from the NFL. I think we should go ahead and replace them with an XFL team.
No.
Dude, come on. They gave up 30. They lost 30 to nothing to the Panthers. Then they beat the Bills, and then they do that shit. Bijan had 25 rush yards against an awful defense.
I know, I'm with you. I hear what you're saying, but when you beat the Bills, you can't really be like, if they had just been getting shit on by these teams, yeah, sure, we can get an XFL team in here. But they're beating good teams. They're just getting
how do you cheer for them as a fan? To be like, oh yeah, like, oh, let's go, we've got the Chiefs this week. And it's like, oh shit, we play the Saints. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, it's got to be brutal. To their, they didn't have their Michael Penix and they didn't have Drake London. So Kirk Cousins, I think, he's getting to Jake Browning territory. So really the only takeaway I had was like defense, holy shit. I do see your point just with the Panthers loss a couple weeks ago, but they didn't have their wide receiver 1 and QB 1. I mean, imagine if you took Jamar and Joe Burrow off the Bengals.
Yeah, no fair.
Not comparing Michael Penix and Drake London to Joe Burrow and Jamar, but it does a number on the team.
For sure. A quarterback that really, really gets my buttons going. I'm just like wondering, like, I want to mention Caleb Williams.
Okay.
He's such an odd quarterback to watch. Like, he had 285 pass yards, no touchdown passes. Like, I know, like, they get a lot of, like, since the bye week, the rush offense has been really good. But I'm like, I don't want to write Caleb off. I don't think Caleb is a bad quarterback at all. And I know he's only in year 2. But I'm starting to wonder if Caleb's going to be one of those quarterbacks that, like, you're never going to win anything with him. And he's just going to be like a solid guy for a long time. But I mean, it's very early for me to like make a prediction like that. But I just like, I don't feel like Caleb ever has a performance where I'm like, there's the fucking promise, you know?
You know what I'm hearing? The name Jay Cutler. That's what I'm hearing when I'm hearing you talk about what Caleb Williams makes you feel.
We need to get a Bears fan in here soon and have them talk about it.
Yeah. Big Cat?
Can we get Big Cat in here?
Big Cat?
Big Cat probably wouldn't say anything about Caleb yet, but it's intriguing. Like I said, he's playing the Bengals this week. He needs to absolutely dice us up. If he doesn't,
Badgett meter.
But let's go to the opposite side of the spectrum. A quarterback that absolutely fucking balled was CJ Stroud. Dude, the Texans are looking better, like a lot.
Texans are on the come up. They've definitely gotten better. Like, they've definitely started real low. They've worked their way up. They've learned from some of their mistakes, and they look like a team that could make a wild card push.
He had 318 pass yards, 2 touchdowns. I can't fault the 49ers. Like, they are literally playing, like, they have, like, like in Madden, you can change, like, injury sliders from, like normal to none. They have it on max. Like, literally, you get tackled the wrong way, and it's out for the year. Like, I know Huff was out, and, like, their D-line couldn't even get a pass rush on Stroud. Being a Bengals fan is tough. And I'm not going to act like being a 49ers fan is harder because I'm pretty sure they have a better record. It's just like, I would hate to just be like, who's getting hurt this week? Every single week.
Mm-hmm. You just go into every week with such like uncertainty. You're always just scared to play football games. You're not even excited anymore at that point. Yeah, I mean, I will say props to the Texans because with all these injuries, no one's been able to stop McCaffrey. Except for the Texans.
Yeah.
So
great work on the Texans. Round of applause for the Houston Texans defense.
Yeah.
So
CJ Stroud did look good.
Yeah. You have another team you wanna?
Yeah, the Chiefs are winning the Super Bowl. I know it was the Marcus Mariota led Commanders. Ever since Rashid Rice has came back, you can't tell me that they haven't looked insane. And I know that the Commanders came into this year as hopeful favorites to get back a deep playoff run like they had last year. Some would say a fluke, but they do have a good roster. Put a lot of money into defense, put a little bit into offense, go and get Debo. But with Marcus Mariota, sure, fine, you're not expected to win. That's okay, because your offense isn't going to be as good, but your defense still has all the pieces that you added.
Their defense is just too old. Like it is. It's so old.
But not old enough where Mahomes should be like I felt like he wasn't trying. I felt like it was and I know people have probably said that before, but he looked like he was playing on one of those carnival games at like the county fair where you just have to throw it through the little circles to win a big stuffed animal. I mean, he had 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. He was getting whatever he wanted.
Yeah. I know. I don't hate Mahomes. He's incredible.
No, I don't either.
He's already like top 5 all time, probably. Like,
yes.
He's a freak. I'm tired of the Chiefs' dominance, and I am struggling to admit that I think that they're going to go back to the Super Bowl because I kind of know that it's just going to happen.
It's looking to be that way. I don't think anyone's really separating themselves in the AFC this yet, except for the Chiefs and the Colts. I think those are the only 2 teams, and that kind of made me puke in my mouth a little bit. But the Chiefs and the Colts.
Colts 7-1.
They beat the Titans. Let's chill out, guys. Like,
Jonathan Taylor's a fucking freak. If he continues doing this, he's gonna be the MVP.
He won't. He won't win it, and you know it.
He will. He will.
He won't.
He will. He will. If he keeps doing this, 3 touchdowns like every other week, over 150 rush yards, like all that shit, I promise you he will be the MVP.
I don't think he will. I
don't think there's been a quarterback that's been good enough this year where you think that's the MVP.
No, but if Saquon didn't win it last year with what he did, and I don't even think he was in second, I think he finished like 4th.
JT's having a better year.
At this point, but sustainably, even if he just has Saquon's year, Saquon didn't win it. Like,
but
JT's
Lamar and Josh Allen did go absolutely dummy last year. That's my thing. It's like
dummy.
That's what I'm saying. Can you name me a quarterback right now where you think they're the MVP?
No, not definitively.
Correct. That's why I'm saying I think probably. But but that's what I'm saying. JT has that chance right now where he could just win it because there's not obviously if you look at the fucking MVP rankings, it's all going to be quarterbacks of odds to win it because it's a fucking quarterback award. But I'm just saying if Jonathan Taylor continues this, it's absolutely unfathomable. It's absolutely unfathomable, and he should definitively be the MVP.
I agree with you. I agree with your reasoning. I just disagree. I just don't think it'll happen. I think you're right in your thought process. I just don't believe in the NFL.
We need everybody as a NFL fan base, if he continues this, to just unite together to just not let a quarterback win the MVP.
For sure. Part of the problem is going to be him fighting off his own quarterback. I mean, Daniel Jones has looked...
I like the way you worded that. That's true. That is true. But I don't know...
let's say
can't talk shit about it right now.
If Jonathan Taylor continues this, let's say the Colts finish. If he continues this, I can confidently say that they'll finish 14-3. Is that probably fair to say? 13-4 at least. I'd say at a bare minimum, if Jonathan Taylor can.
I think
it gets harder.
Get a little harder, but yeah.
But if Jonathan Taylor keeps putting up these numbers, I think they finish with 13 or 14 wins. And Daniel Jones, if they want to finish with 13 or 14 wins, has to continue playing the way he has. And I think if a Colts team has 14 wins, I think Daniel Jones would get it over Taylor.
Yeah.
A
wagon.
Yeah.
Throw a wagon.
It sucks to say, but I have no regrets because I'm fully confident that Daniel Jones wouldn't have succeeded here. Does it suck to see him succeed, even for the team that's in my home state, so all my friends could just bully me about it? But he was just going to be bad on our team. He was going to continue to be a laughing stock of New York. So part of me is happy that he's getting to show what he showed a little bit in 22. But it just sucks that it's not for us.
Understand, for sure. That's obviously way different circumstances. But think about I've got Jesse Bates, who was good with the Bengals, and then he went to the Falcons, still good. Joe Mixon had a good year with the Texans after a little bit.
Yeah.
But no, I get it.
No, yeah.
Yep. Broncos offense is waking up.
Yeah, it's starting to come back. They realize that. They actually have a decent offense with decent weapons. Granted, they play the Cowboys.
Yeah, the Cowboys literally like make every team that plays them, they're like the second best offense that week. It's actually it's fucking ridiculous. Like, but I'm not gonna sit here and talk shit about the Cowboys defense because bing 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 bing
Yeah,
bing
neither
bing
of us can
bing.
say anything about that.
It's a mess, dude. The Bengals defense is a mess, but the Cowboys defense is a mess as well. Bo
Yeah.
Bo had a great game. Broncos were just rolling on offense, and it's just I think they've won 5 straight now, and
Sounds about right.
I think that just like yeah, I mean they have a good roster all around from top to bottom, offense and defense. It's just putting it together, and if they continue playing like this, Broncos could be a name to watch.
Nah, I mean, farthest I think the Broncos go is like maybe the divisional.
No, yeah, I agree. I don't think the Broncos are going to win the Super Bowl, but I think they're going to probably make the playoffs and maybe win a game or two.
Probably. I do think they're going to have to make the wild card, though, because I'm confident in the Chiefs coming back.
Chiefs are going to win the West. Yeah,
I'm pretty
I
confident
think so
that's
too.
going to happen. I think the AFC wild card is going to be very intriguing because you have the Chargers, Broncos, and Chiefs all out of the West. You have whatever the fuck is going on in the North. And you have the Texans, who look solid again. The Jags, who, while they did get dismantled by the Rams, have looked pretty good this year. And the Colts all in the South. So you have 6 teams between the South and the West, where only 2 are going to get automatics in.
And then you got Bills and Patriots.
Bills and Patriots, that's almost 2 shoo-ins.
Yeah.
And then the fucking North. So
And
I think the
whatever
AFC...
North is.
The AFC is going to be interesting, I think, playoff time. NFC, and like it's always fun to see how it all plays out, but I think this year it's going to be the AFC is going to be the talk.
Yeah. Last thing I want to mention this last week because I said it last week. I said the Packers were still good. Do you want to make any comments?
Like the Steelers, guys. The Bengals, who just lost to the fucking Jets, beat the Steelers.
Doesn't
how
matter.
can we say that the Steelers, the Packers beating the Steelers is some like, oh my gosh, the
Do
Packers
you want
are
to put it
back.
on Do you want to put it on a public record that the Packers are not good?
I want to put it on public record that they're overrated.
Would you consider the Packers a top 3 team in the NFC?
I can confidently say that.
Book it. We're gonna revisit
Book it.
this like every
Yeah, that's
fucking
fine.
week. We're gonna revisit
That's
this.
fine. They're not a top 3 team in the NFC.
That's fine. You know what we will be revisiting next week?
When they get their ass beat by whoever they're playing.
Okay, you're just digging a hole. No, I was going to mention Kyler Murray, and we're going to check his performance because the Cardinals is the hill I'm going to die on. So
No, I have faith in Kyler. He's gonna be just fine.
you
know
always
who I
have
don't-
faith in Kyler. You'd have faith in a fucking dumpster that doesn't have wheels to roll down the street.
You know who I don't have faith in next week when they come back? Geno Smith. Geno
Yeah.
Smith has been the biggest disappointment of the year.
Hey, they got Tyler Lockett though. They got Tyler Lockett.
Oh, yay! You know what that means? That means 2 more picks for Geno when he tries to throw the ball to him. That's what that means. It doesn't mean shit. Ginty, I feel so bad for him because if he was on a team where his quarterback was actually functional, he would get so much more use because they'd be able to run. Like I saw a clip where last week, whoever they were playing had 8 in the box and then their safety creeping down for a 9th. 9 people in the box.
Yeah, I mean, Genty's the only guy on that offense that's going to beat you, so might as well just contain him completely.
It's unreal. I
I
so
feel
bad.
for Raiders fans.
I feel so bad because Geno is pitiful.
And Pete Carroll's not going to bench him because he loves him.
No, he revived his career.
Yeah, he
Carroll
did.
was starting to go to a nursing home, and then Geno Smith just brought him back to life.
Yeah. All
I
right.
don't think I have anything else. I think that was, after a pretty poor week, never a bad week when there's NFL, but a pretty substandard week for NFL. I feel like that we hit about everything good or bad.
Yeah, I think so too. Welcome back to Studs and Duds. We're going to talk about our favorite players from the positions, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end. I got the quarterbacks and tight ends this week. I will start us off. My stud quarterback of the week, I considered probably 2 I had to go. I'm going Jordan Love. 360 pass yards, 3 touchdowns, 78% completion rate. That didn't even look like the ball touched the ground at all in the first half. Like, even on the desperation throw to Tucker Kraft, Tucker Kraft jumped up, fucking caught it. It was nuts. Like, Jordan
Yeah.
Love looked incredible, and he's got to be the stud quarterback this week.
For sure, I agree with that. I think he had a great game against a solid-ish defense. He played great.
Yep.
Tucker Kraft played really, really good, and that helped Jordan Love.
Yep.
Obviously.
My dud quarterback, I'm actually going to go with a quarterback room, and we're going back to the Saints. Tyler Shaw and Spencer Rattler, both of them. They both threw for less than 150 yards, and they both threw a pick with no touchdowns. I don't have anything else to say. If there's a Saints hater tier list, it's me, and I'm way up there. I don't know what they're doing with their quarterbacks, and it's actually hilarious to watch them just unfold it every single week. And if you are a Saints fan, bless your heart and just buckle in, because man, you guys gotta.
Yeah, in a divisional game, I would compare this game to the Bengals-Steelers game of a couple weeks ago, or a week ago, where the Bucks are like heavily injured. So this is a chance for the Saints to get like a get back, where the Bengals, they had a chance to get a get back against a divisional opponent. Like I said, I felt like I don't want to say I felt like the Saints would win, because I never felt like they would win, but I did not think, if you told me this game was 23-3, I would have been a little surprised. They were banged up on both sides of the ball. Emeka Egbuka played terrible, and the Saints still had never a chance in the world to win that game, or even come within a touchdown.
Yep. And yep. All right, let's do the tight ends. National Tight End Day. Gotta show some love for the tight ends. We're going back to the Packers. Tucker Kraft, stud tight end, 143 receiving yards on 7 catches, 20 yards per catch, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, it was great. It was great, and I have receivers. I wanted to pick Tucker Kraft for receiver of the week. Like, he was the best overall, and not even close, of just all receiving players.
Yeah, shout out Tucker Kraft, man. That was impressive. And then my dud tight end of the week, Jake Ferguson.
Pretty poor.
Where you at, buddy? Where you at? How you not show up on National Tight End Day?
He's slumming it up with his Cavender twin.
Maybe
whichever one he's with.
Yeah.
He just decided to stay home this weekend.
Might have. Maybe he just was like, whatever. She's waiting for me at home. Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty poor.
All right, let's do it. You go.
All right, I got running backs. My stud running back of the week. It wasn't clear cut. There was a little bit, but you got to give it to Jonathan Taylor. 12 attempts, 53 yards. He had an 80-yard that he took off for, 2 tutties, 2 receptions, 21 receiving yards, and a touchdown. So 3 touchdown day, 170 yards from scrimmage, and he touched the ball 14 times.
It's nuts. It's actually nuts.
He had the ball in his hand 14 times, and he was able to score 21 points and gain 173 yards. That is unreal. That's unreal.
It's fucking crazy. Jonathan Taylor is, he's a freak.
He is.
He's
insane.
a freak. All right.
And then dud running backs of the week. There was a lot I could have chose. I probably could have chose a different person, but I went with Alvin Kamara. And purely because he was playing a team where I thought he should have had a good game. The Bucs were banged up on defense. They didn't have their normal defense out there. Yet he had 6 attempts, 21 yards, and only 2 catches. Like, he had no touchdowns. He was a non-factor. He wasn't there. He's supposed to be the best player on offense. A team where their quarterback sucks, so you should try to give a little bit of help.
Which
to
one?
him. The one from Louisville.
Oh, I was both. It would have been a good answer.
But no, he had a terrible week. I was very, very underwhelmed.
It is sad to see the decline of Alvin Kamara because he was so much fun to watch when he was in his prime.
So good. And then wide receivers, not a lot of good wide receivers this week. Like, not a lot of studs that popped off the board. Honestly, tight ends took the day. They really did. I decided to go with Jalen Waddle. Or not Jalen Waddle, sorry, Troy Franklin. Decided to go with Troy Franklin.
Okay.
Jalen Waddle was my next pick. Troy Franklin, six catches, 89 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
They basically had the same stat line. Troy Franklin had an extra touchdown. And they both wanted blowout wins. So I could have gave it to either, but I decided to go Troy Franklin, give him a little bit more love.
Yeah, I have Troy Franklin on my bench in my dynasty, made a trade for him, and I got to start him this week, so I was very, very happy. Oh, played you, put up 200 on your ass, but that's whatever. All right, go to your dud running back.
Wide receiver?
My bad, yeah, dud. Yeah.
Emeka Ibuka. 3 catches, 9 targets, 35 yards. This dude looked like he was the truth. He was just lying to all of us. It was terrible.
He could be hurt still, but he could be. I'm just saying, like, in terms of, like...
the Saints.
Okay, fair. Yeah,
I can't say that much, but he played the Saints.
No, fair. Yep. Let's leave it there. I'll give you Derek Carr. You give me your firstborn child, bottle of baby oil, and a used condom.
Fuck no.
All right, bro. All right, welcome back to Trade or Fade. I'm going to give Trevor 3 guys. He's going to give me 3 guys that we'd either want or decline for our teams to trade for. Yeah, let's do it. My first guy I got for you, having some injuries now in the secondary, and a guy that's not been so good. Would you go and get Kobe Durant from the Rams?
I think so. He probably wouldn't be that expensive. I just don't feel like saying two lies or 2 wrongs don't make a right. Mm-hmm. There's no sense in pouring shit on top of shit and expecting it to get better. You might as well just live with what you got in house.
Are you calling Kobe Durant shit?
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Would you trade for Cody Ford?
No. Why would I trade for Cody Ford? Like, our tackles have been good this year. Jermaine Illuminor has been good, and Andrew Thomas has been amazing. Why would I want that terrible NFL player on my team?
And I hear he's not a good human being as well.
I think that's more on like the TikTok side of things. I'm not really in tap to that, but
yeah,
I've heard a little bit.
And finally, would you trade for Brandon Cooks?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I would. Yeah, I think we need something. Darius Slayton only is good for so much. Dale can get locked up by most cornerback ones. That's why he's great in the slot. Having to play him out on the outside struggle. So if we could just get someone else in here who's better than Jalen Hyatt.
I don't know how much Brandon Cooks has left in the tank, but I mean, it would be nice to see the Giants just try.
Just an effort. Hearing they worked out Deontay Johnson makes me want to just crawl.
Hey, you got Ray McLeod, though.
You're the only Ray McLeod lover that I know.
I love me some Ray. Love me some Ray.
Not thrilled with our wide receivers. But I'd take Brandon Cooks. I'd pass on Cody Ford and Kobe Durant. Now, for your trade or fade, there's a little bit of a there's connections to these guys. They might all be a little older, but quick fixes. So if you wanna fix your defense, or do you just want to stick it out and try to get younger guys? Would you trade for one of the best tacklers in the league this year, Bobby Wagner?
I knew you were gonna say Bobby Wagner. I knew you were gonna say it. No, I would not. I don't think just because I don't think the Bengals are gonna go anywhere, and he's at the end of his tenure in the league. I think. I just don't see us giving up anything for him. Like, I just think it would be pointless, because at this point, I'd low-key just rather us, like, sell, but, like, sell to an extent of, like, just trade Trey. And
Jamar?
Fuck no, get out of here. And, I don't want Bobby.
All right, next. This will probably be a little pricier, but I think this will intrigue you. Vita Vea.
Vita Vea would be so fun to have on the Bengals. I am gonna say yes. I would trade for Vita Vea. Vita Vea would be so much fun. Oh, that would be. Could you imagine? Okay, if we kept Trey, could you imagine Trey on the edge and Vita Vea in the middle?
It'd be Dexter Lawrence and Brian Burns. Like that's.
It would be fun. It would be fun, but we'd probably have to give up a good bit for him. So, but yeah, no, fuck it. Yeah, let's get Vita.
For sure. And then last one, your favorite player, one of the top, I'd say one of the leaders on one of the better rush defenses in the league, Calais Campbell. If you guys didn't know, Ethan loves Calais Campbell. Actually thinks he's one of the better players to ever play.
Come on. Dude's a fossil, dude. I'm not talking just fossil. He's a fossil. Like, no.
He'll stop the run. He'll stop the run. He'll stop.
No. I don't want Calais Campbell. You've had a good career. Hang it up. Hang it up.
We watched the game 2 weeks ago where he had like 2 TFLs in a row.
A fucking blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while, dude. Hang it up.
So that's a no?
No.
Oh.
I'm not. No. I do not want Calais Campbell. Hang it up.
Okay.
Is it clear? You got it?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Cool. All right. All right, let's do the crossover. This is a segment where we talk about, other sports outside of the NFL. Just to kind of wrap it up. Where do you want to start?
Victor Wembanyama, he is going to win the next 10 MVPs. He is a freak.
Yeah, dude's a freak.
The fact he can do everything you want a player to do. He can guard on the perimeter. He can guard in the paint. He can shoot. He can dribble. He can get from one baseline to the next baseline in 2 dribbles. Like, the dude is a freak, and he's 22.
Yeah, something like that. It's ridiculous.
He is insane. The Spurs have. I think people can say now, and this will hurt yourself a little bit on the inside. He is the next coming of like a LeBron. Like, he is the next coming of a face of the league, someone who could compete for best player of all time.
Yeah. Maybe.
He could.
Face of the league for sure. No, the NBA has been on like some like crazy shit. Like, to start the year, like everybody's dropping 40 bombs. Maxey, Luka, Reeves, Lauri Markkanen had 50 last night. Like,
I think
it's
Shea's
been ridiculous.
had 2 already.
Yeah.
Like, it's been unreal. Adam Silver juiced up the balls. He turned up the sliders. I don't know what he
allowed
did.
steroids in the locker room or something.
Possibly. I mean, it's been unreal. I think Giannis might have had a 40 ball. If he didn't have a 40 ball, it was like a 30-something at 20.
Yes.
What are we doing?
I know. And then the whole mafia thing, Chauncey Billups getting arrested. Fucking Terry Rozier, we knew his ass was betting, but yeah, no. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's been a crazy, like, is it 2 weeks now? No, I think it's only like a week. It's only been a week in the NBA, and we've had
just nuts.
2 guys get arrested for betting. Kevin Garnett got arrested too. Kevin Garnett got arrested too. I think people think he's in on the scandal or something, but he's not a player anymore, so I don't really know how that works. But
Interesting.
NBA is most fun it's ever been to start a season, yet the most controversial also, probably.
No, it's crazy. No, it's been fun to watch. I'm excited to see the season continue. My Blazers got a dub last night against the Lakers. I was tormenting my cousin a little bit. Did you see that Jake LaRavia, Bronny, and Nick Smith Jr. played a combined 69 minutes and scored 5 points?
I mean, Bronny's bad, so that's not like, and then, I mean, that's still really bad. Yeah,
it's not a good 3 players, but I'm just saying in a sense of like having to give 69 minutes total out of those 3 guys and get 5 points out of it.
Yeah, that's pretty poor.
Hey, I'm going to stick to this. Trailblazers have the best all-around roster in the NBA. Do I think it's the best roster? No. No. Do I think they're going to win anything? No. I'm just talking to myself now. But I'm telling you, from top to bottom, give me the Trailblazers. Like, give me, like, bro, the amount of guys on that team is nuts.
That is the worst take that might touch this show for the rest of the year. And just hear one team. Aaron Wiggins would be your best player, and he's the Thunder's 8th man.
Stop.
No, don't play, because you know he would. You know he would. Yes.
You are talking out your ass.
I'm talking out my ass.
Yes.
You're talking out your ass.
Me.
The best. A team that's projected to not even make the play-in game has the best all-around roster in the league. Are we freaking serious right now? You're off your rocker. The bleach has got to your head.
No.
The bleach has got to your head.
No. Denny, Drew Holiday, Jeremy Grant, Clingan, Yang Hansen, Scoot, Damian Lillard. There's more. Like, there's more. I can keep going. Like, yes. Come on. They just got to put it together. Shaden Sharp.
I can't give you this one, bro. I can't.
Come on.
I can't. That one's bad.
Come on.
That one's really bad. It's bad. It's a bad thing. Changing subjects. Brian Kelly. Gone.
See ya.
I think the best job to have in the world is to be a fired P5 football coach, because all of their buyouts are $50 million or more. It feels like it's all like huge. Like, it's going to take a lot of work to get there. You're going to have to work your way up the ladder. But once you get to coach a P5 team, sign an 8-year contract and then just get fired. Go live in Cancun and get, $100,000 checks every month for the next 10 years.
Nuts.
Crazy.
Yeah. Any other thoughts you have on college football?
Not a lot on college football. I think there's the coaching carousel at the end of this. I think I touched on that last week, but the coaching carousel is going to be unreal. I mean, you're going to see there's so many job openings in P5 right now, and you're going to see these other coaches from other P5s moving, which will then open up new It's going to be if I wasn't a fired P5 football coach, I'd want to be a good mid-major coach, because he's going to have the pick of the litter.
Yeah, I know. It'll be wild to see kind of where everybody goes.
And then I think IU right now is having the best season. I do think Ohio State has the best team, but I think IU's having the best season, which is crazy to say, because just 2 years ago, like, the turnaround that Kirk Cignetti's had for Indiana football is uncanny. Like, you see teams have glory years here and there. Like, last year's Indiana would have been a glory year. They had a great year. Kirk Cignetti brought them a lot, but to do it back to back, and I don't see a world where they're bad anytime soon. It's quite impressive what they've been able to do.
Yeah. Do you think Indiana will win the Natty?
I do not. Love rooting for Indiana from Indiana. Never really been an Indiana fan, but I've bandwagoned a little bit. But I think it's fair, because I've never really chose a college football team. I've just enjoyed the sport, so I've bandwagoned a little bit. But there's just something about this team that screams first round upset. Like,
yeah.
Like it just screams it, and I know everyone has their doubts, so it's like you always doubt them and you always think they're going to lose. Something tells me they might finish undefeated. They might not lose a game. Mendoza might win Heisman. We're going to play USF in the second round of the college football playoffs, and they're going to beat us.
Yeah, definitely. College basketball is right around the corner.
I'm so excited. I love basketball. Basketball
it's going to be great.
I love it. It's awesome.
UK picked up a big-time dub over Purdue. Looked good. I know you can, whatever you want to say, Purdue didn't try, whatever the fuck. But come on, bro. Come on.
If
it
I'm
doesn't matter.
UK fan,
they're still the number one ranked team in the country. We beat them. Like, sure.
And an exhibition. Do you know what the word exhibition means?
I understand what the word exhibition means, but
Yeah,
I'm not going to
good.
sit here and be like, oh, UK won, whatever. Like, I'm going to be excited about it. Fault me for that. I'm going to be excited about it. You got to be. If I'm not going to be excited about an exhibition win against the number one ranked team in the country, why am I a fan of the college?
Go buy your tickets to the home opener. That way you can see them hang the banner that says, "We beat preseason number
Stop.
one." And
Don't fucking do this. You sound like a fucking Tennessee fan right now. Don't mention hanging banners. Don't do that shit. Because that's what Tennessee does, and they've never made a fucking Final Four. I can't even fucking stand Tennessee. We didn't even talk about Tennessee. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. It's like dangling candy in front of a fucking baby. I don't want to talk about Tennessee. I don't want to talk about them. Don't mention banners, okay? We won some. I don't care if some were before the Jim Crow laws. We're not talking about it.
In other words, to make you happy, Louisville did not look good. Darren Peterson looked really, really good for Kansas.
PGU?
Louisville's guards looked bad. They did not look good.
Oh, but they're PGU, right?
I didn't say that.
I know. I'm just saying. Pat Kelsey did.
Yeah, I think Michael Brown very underwhelming. All of the transfers they brought in, I felt like no one really performed that well. Cam Boozer,
Yeah, he's a freak.
Had 30 and 20 against Tennessee,
It was like 25 and 25, but yeah, he's a freak.
And he's against a good team. Like Tennessee's a competitive team.
Are you like?
It's not like they went and played LaSalle and he had, 27 and 24.
All right.
It was against a P5 SEC team.
All right.
That's all I wanted to say without you crashing out.
All right.
So he looked good, and then AJ DeBanza looked great. I think this might be the best top 3 we've had in a draft in a long time.
Do you think by the end of the year the top 3 will remain the top 3?
I think so. I think they're all exhibition
barring
games.
Injury, of course.
Yeah, they're all exhibition games, so I don't want to sound like you right now, but in those exhibition games, they looked unbelievable.
This fucking guy.
They looked very, very good. I'm very impressed with the freshmen.
What do you want me to say? We beat the number 1 ranked team in the country. Sure, it was an exhibition game. I'm gonna be excited about it.
My bad, bro. You right.
If I wasn't, come on.
That's fair.
If we lost, yeah. Let me fucking have my fucking flowers, bro.
And then last thing to touch on, baseball, 18 innings in the World Series. Unreal.
Yeah, dude, there's 6.5 hours at game time. They burned all their pitchers.
They lost baseball. They almost ran out of baseballs.
Yeah, oh, it's nuts. I didn't even look to see, did, guys have, 7 at-bats?
I think 8 was what I saw. I think Mookie had 8.
No way.
Shohei was 4 for 4 with 5 walks.
Yeah, you're right. Mookie had 8 at-bats. He went 1 for 8. That's nuts. Some people go 1 for 8 in a 3-game series.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone got to 9 because Shohei had 5 walks and 4 at bats, so I don't know if
Shohei's the GOAT. That's all I was going to say. It is clear and cut. No one is better than Shohei Ohtani. He is the greatest of all time, and it's actually fucking crazy. He's unbelievable.
I don't know the baseball that you know, so I'm not going to speak on that, but I believe you.
He passed my Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds was my GOAT, and I'm giving Shohei a hit now because, my God.
He looks unreal. Is that it?
I think so. Else? I think we wrapped it up. I'm ready to go get some food.
For real. Thanks for joining us on the pod. Great episode. I think this time we really touched into what the getting out into the other sports could be like. Now with college basketball around, college football coming back, get to torment Ethan about UK. It's gonna be a fun segment we're about to have. It's not gonna be as boring as it used to be.
We don't have to do that.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining.
All right, thank you. Peace.
Peace.
All right, bro. I'm gonna end it. Fuck you.